for joining me this week for a Playful Vinyasa. I've been so overwhelmed by how many people have donated and supported. Like, honestly, it's blown my mind, and I was so stressed last week filming, like, is the quality going to be okay, or how am I going to do it online? And just to know that so many of you have done the practice last week, subscribed and also donated to help the Yemen emergency aid is so amazing. So thank you. Last week the practice was all about grounding, stillness in yin. And this week I want to share another practice that's been helping me through these turbulent times. Just a really playful and fun vinyasa. We're going to have opportunities to go upside down, flip our perspective. And yeah, it should be nice and fun. Cool, so if you haven't already, just pause the video now and start the Spotify playlist that I've also sent over, will be in the comments. Yeah, maybe make sure your phone's on silent, close the door so you just have some space to enjoy this flow, some fun time with yourself and your body. Cool. Okay, so just finding your way to a comfortable seated position. I'm kneeling on a cushion. Do the same cross-legged or maybe on the floor. Just find somewhere that's really comfortable. You can feel your spine growing tall. Taking a moment to just arrive in the space you're practicing in. Tuning in some distant sounds. Maybe even some smells. Maybe even tastes. Allow your senses to become alive with what's happening around you right now. And take this attention, this awarenessness inwards. Become aware of your body in this moment. Maybe allowing the mind to just trace the natural S-shaped curve of the spine. To feel the polarity between the sinking of the lower half of the body and this lift through the upper half of the body, creating this length in the spine and this sense of growth and ease. I like to picture my spine is like the stem of a flower, growing tall from its roots at the base of the spine to the flower in the centre of the skull. We're going to start today's practice with some rounds of alternate nostril breathing, pranayama. So just taking your right hand, and let's just start by placing your first finger and your middle finger on your third eye, so the centre of your forehead. And just take some breath through both nostrils here, just tuning into this energy centre. And then using your right thumb to close your right nostril, just taking a few breaths through the left nostril. Checking in with it, seeing if it's blocked, if it's open, how it feels. Close in the left and taking some breath through the right nostril. Releasing and just breathing through both for a few more moments. And using the right thumb to close the right nostril, inhaling through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a short, sharp exhale through the left. Nice. Closing the left nostril. Inhaling through the right for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Short, sharp exhale through the right. Nice. Releasing both fingers. Take a little rebound between the two sides. Breathing through both nostrils. Inhaling through both for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through both for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling through both. 1, 2, 3, 4. Short, sharp exhale through both. Nice. Let's take one more round. Closing the left nostril. Inhaling through the right. 3, 4. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Short, sharp exhale through the right. Nice. Closing the right, breathing through the left. Balancing this feminine and this masculine, the lunar and the solar. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Short, sharp exhale through the left. Nice. Now releasing the hand down, just inhaling through both nostrils. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling through both. Short, sharp and fast. Nice. And then just releasing any control of the breath. Maybe noticing any shifts on this balancing of energies. And then taking your hands to prayer in the heart center. Finding an intention for today's practice. So I offer the intention to explore, because this is going to be a really fun, explorative, playful flow. But if anything of your own comes to mind, feel free to just insert your intention here. Let's seal our intention and open the practice with an Om. Inhaling, breathing into the space of the heart, back strong. Exhaling fully and completely. Inhaling to Om on the exhale. Knowing wherever we are in this world, doing this practice, that there's this joining of all our attention and intention to this greater cause. We can feel this sense of yoga, this sense of union with all, for inciting this powerful mantra. Nice. Okay, let's play. And we're going to start on our back, just to kind of warm up the spine and the hips. So we're going to come into our back and come into a happy baby, so just allow the hands to hold the outside of the feet. And just rock a little bit from side to side. Feels really nice. Really massaging of the lower spine. Throughout this practice, I invite you to just be really explorative with your movements. If you want to play with your legs, deepen the rocks, just go for it. Just take a few moments moving from side to side, massaging the spine, feeling your way into the body. I love starting my practice with this. Exploring, moving, flowing. Now hug your knees into the centre so you're like a ball and just start to gently rock forward and backwards on your spine. And slowly starting to build a little bit more momentum here. Nice. Massaging the spine. And we're going to take it further if we've got room, yes. So as we come forward, we kind of come into a Paschimottanasana, forward fold. And as we roll backwards, we're going to take our feet up and over our head into Halasana. Nice. Rolling between the two, forward into a Paschimottanasana. Rolling back, taking the legs over the head into Halasana. Just keeping playing with the two, maybe adding a kind of little Navasana boat pose in between the two to kind of work the core. I'll show you on the next one. So as you inhale, maybe finding that little boat shape for a moment, and then folding forwards, making it a little bit more active and engaging that Uddiyana Bandha and the core. Just take one last one, rolling and playing. And then crossing at the shins, making your way onto all fours. And let's start with some cat-cowish playtime. So maybe just taking nice and linear cat-cows, inhaling to open through the chest, exhaling to round and gaze towards the belly. Or maybe being a bit more fluid in your movement and exploring the possibilities of kind of spiraling through these cat and cows. Just finding your own little groove and movement through this nice spinal warm-up. Finding the juicy spots of a little bit of tightness. And those sweet areas of free movement and kind of fluidity. If you were circling one way, maybe now changing direction. Nice. Finding your movement. Being playful with the way you move and manipulate your body. Allowing it to be an expression of yourself and how you're feeling, the creative spark that's within you. Coming back to all fours. As we inhale, we're going to round through the spine, then drop the hips down to the floor and open up into a seal. So nice and restorative. Then as we exhale, we're going to round back through an angry cat, down into a closed knee child's pose with the hands by the heels. As we inhale, we're going to press down for the left hand, open up the right side of the body into a kind of half camel style shape. And then sweeping the arms round, placing the right hand by the right foot, opening through the left hand side of the body. Maybe just taking one more either side to the left. Opening, dancing, and to the right. Playing. Nice. And then coming back to this closed knee child's pose. As we inhale, we're going to take our arms up and overhead and gaze towards them, opening through the heart. Exhaling to place our hands on the mat. As we inhale, we're going to round forwards into the seal, dropping the hips at the end of the inhalation, opening through the heart. So nice and juicy. Exhaling to slowly round back through an angry cat into this closed knee child's pose. Inhale, right hand by the right foot, and we open through the left hand side of the body first into this kind of half camel shape. Swapping over, left hand by left foot, opening through the right side, dancing. Follow me if you want to add anything else and explore. Do that, one more either side to the right. And finally to the left. Oh, I love this movement. Nice. Coming back to our closed knee child's pose. As we inhale, coming onto the shins, lifting the arms, gazing up and overhead. Exhaling the hands on the floor. Inhaling to roll forwards into the seal pose, opening through the chest. From here, we're going to tuck our toes underneath. And as we exhale, send our bum towards our heels. And then roll back into a downward facing dog. Nice. Just maybe shaking the head and moving however feels comfortable to do so. Just swaying, wiggling, jiggling, dancing around. Maybe stillness suits you more in this moment. And then we're just going to walk our hands towards our feet, coming into a nice forward fold. As we inhale, we're going to halfway lift, coming onto our fingertips, opening through the chest. Say hello to the hamstrings as we exhale, folding forwards. We inhale to ripple, halfway lift. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's forward fold for a few breaths, being gentle with the hamstrings, so keeping that bend in the knees, if it feels good to do so. Maybe swaying from side to side. I always go for a sway whenever possible. Nice. As we inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Take our arms up and overhead in prayer. As we exhale, bringing that prayer back to the heart center. Coming into some sun salutation, so walking towards the top of your mat if you're not there already. Sorry if my head's cut out, but hopefully you know where we're going by my voice. As we inhale, taking the arms up and overhead, gazing towards them, open through the heart. Salute the sky. As we exhale, folding forward, saluting the earth. Hands to the floor, bending our knees as much as we need to get there. Feel that connection. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's start by stepping back to our plank pose. Nice. Staying for a moment in this plank pose, feeling that core engage. And then shifting our weight to the front of our hands, and let's lower ourselves all the way down to the floor this time. Nice. Allow the fingers to come like claws and come either side of your mat. As you inhale, push through the fingers, open through the chest. Nice. As you exhale, allow the left ear to come down towards the mat. As you inhale, push through the fingers, open through the chest, expand. Exhale the right ear down towards the mat. Feel that juicy shoulder stretch. Inhale through center. Nice. Exhale the forehead down to the floor. Central. Allow the hands to come by underneath the shoulders as we inhale, coming into a low cobra, lifting just through the chest, the belly still on the floor. As you exhale, tucking the toes, sending the bum towards the heels, and coming back to a downward facing dog. So it's up to you here, maybe staying in this downward facing dog, or I'm still kind of in a wiggly, jiggly, moving mood. So I'm going to take 5 spinal rolls. So as I inhale, rolling forward into a plank pose, like I'm trying to massage every vertebra of my spine. As I exhale, allow the bum to go towards the heels and to roll back into another downward facing dog. The inhalation is a ripple forward into a plank pose, massaging through my spine. The exhale, I crash like a wave, rolling back to a downward facing dog. Nice. I've completely lost count, but let's take 2 more. We're just enjoying the downward facing dog if that's where you're at. Nice. Coming into our last spinal roll. How gently and smoothly can you roll forwards? So as if we're mimicking a wave coming to crash on the shore. Nice. Making our way back to a downward facing dog. As we inhale, we're going to gaze towards the hands, stepping our feet to our hands. Halfway lift as we inhale. As we exhale, forward fold. As we inhale, we're going to take the arms up and over towards the left, so we're going to this lateral stretch to the centre. As we get to the centre, exhale, folding back down towards the left, getting this lateral stretch. Back into a dangling forward fold. Inhaling towards the right, opening up this way. Feeling all those muscles in the side line of our body, the fire line, start to feel massaged and opened. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, both hands come up and overhead in prayer, gazing towards them as they touch. Nice. Exhaling, hands to prayer and heart centre. Taking our second sunay. Inhaling, the hands come up and overhead in prayer, gazing towards them. Exhaling into a forward fold. As we inhale, we halfway lift, gazing forwards. Now as we exhale, planting our hands and either stepping or jumping back to a plank. Taking a knees, chest and chin, or a chaturanga. Inhaling, low cobra or upward facing dog. Nice. Exhaling, back to a downward facing dog. Nice. Again, maybe the stillness of a downward facing dog is super nice for you right now. But we are building heat and fire as we move through these sun salutations. So I invite you, if it feels comfortable, to drop both forearms down to the floor. So we're in this dolphin position. And as we're here, slowly walking our feet forwards to the point where it feels like they can't go any further forward. And then taking them backwards as far as the mat can go. So kind of walking forwards on the inhalation and backwards on the exhalation. It's really building some strength. Those Pinchamayurasanas, which we're going to have a play with a little bit later on. Or just strength for life, not just a pose. Nice. Taking one more walk forwards. I hope you can still hear me behind my head of hair. Nice. And backwards and coming back to a downward facing dog. Nice. That feels so juicy. As we inhale, gazing forwards towards our hands and beyond, stepping or jumping our feet to our hands. As we inhale, halfway lift. As we exhale, fold. Starting with the right hand side this time. As we inhale, opening up towards the right, finding that full space along the sideline of the right body. Nice. As we exhale, folding back down towards the right. Dangling. Inhaling, opening towards the left. Nice. Exhaling back down towards the left. Creating space. Inhale, the hands come up and overhead in prayer. Salute that sun, the soul energy. Exhaling, saluting the heart. Taking our third and final kind of variation of a sun. As we inhale, the hands come up and overhead in prayer. Salute that sun, the soul energy. Exhaling, saluting the heart. Taking our third and final kind of variation of a sun. As we inhale, the hands come up and overhead in prayer. Salute that sun, the soul energy. Exhaling, saluting the heart. Taking our third and final kind of variation of a sun. As we inhale, the hands come up and overhead in prayer. We exhale to forward fold. Nice. Inhale to halfway lift, come forward onto the fingertips, explore the space around the heart. Exhale to fold forwards. Stepping or jumping back to a plank or straight into a chaturanga. Lowering down through the vinyasa of your choice. Inhale takes us to a back bend. Exhale takes us to a downward facing dog. Now it's your choice here. Maybe you want to hang out in the stillness of a downward facing dog. Maybe coming back and playing with those dolphin walks. Or maybe you're feeling warm and ready, want to have a go at flipping yourself upside down. If so, coming down onto the forearms. Nice, and then slowly walking your feet in as far as they can go. Ooh, try not to kick the wall behind you, lifting one leg up to the sky. Maybe just playing with little hops. Or maybe coming and finding your pincha Mayurasana. Nice, breathing here for 5 breaths. Nice. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling. Inhaling 4. Exhaling. Inhaling 5. Exhaling, meeting back in a downward facing dog. As we inhale, gazing forwards, stepping or jumping our feet to our hands. Inhale to halfway lift and hop. Exhale to fold. As we inhale, opening towards the left hand side into this lateral stretch. All the way to centre. Exhaling down towards the left again into that forward fold. As we inhale, opening towards the right, finding that space. Nice. Exhaling down towards the right. Inhaling, both hands come up and overhead in prayer. Nice. Exhaling, hands to prayer in the heart centre. Taking a moment here. Reminding yourself of your intention to explore, to play, to have fun. It doesn't matter whether we get upside down, whether we don't. All that matters is kind of finding that sense of childlike joy in our practice. Nice. As we inhale, let's take the hands up and overhead in prayer. Exhale, let's follow them down to a forward fold. Taking your hands on the floor, then lifting our right leg up towards the sky for a standing split. Nice. And we're going to find some movement through the hips here. So we're going to open and stack the right hip on top of the left as we inhale, bringing this opening. Then as we exhale, we're going to kind of draw a circle with this right knee and bring it down to tap our left calf. So we're moving through external rotation as we inhale, stacking this right hip on top of the left, to internal rotation as we inhale. If you like, I'm cool, I've got this. Maybe playing with taking your hands to prayer in your heart centre. That really gets that left leg firing. Nice. Nice. Going to take one more. So let's inhale to stack this right hip on top of the left. Then from here, bringing the left hand down to the floor, taking this right hand to our right hip and stacking it on top of the left. And then extending the right arm and the left leg for our, what's this called? Half moon, that's it, Ardha Chandrasana. I just had a mind slip for a moment. Feeling this kind of explosion of like force in opposite directions, the top hand pulling away from the bottom hand. This kind of back foot firing, the whole leg engaged, as if it's trying to kick as far away from our body as possible. Nice. From here, bringing this right hand back down towards the floor, folding forwards, taking it slightly deeper into the standing split. Nice. And as we inhale, stacking this right hip on top of the left. As we exhale, taking this right knee behind the left. And from here we're going to sit all the way down So we come to a seated twist. So our right leg's on top of our left. If you kind of missed that whole little our left leg's on top of our right if you missed that transition. Nice. So as we inhale, we're going to take our hands up and overhead. As we exhale, twisting over towards the right hand side. Just taking a few breaths here. Nice. Bringing everything out. Got to give you a moment of stillness within all that fire of those standing balances. And we're going to inhale to come through centre. From here we're going to stand up through both legs. We're going to turn and twist around, finding our way to the opposite side. So kind of readjusting when you get there. So now the right leg's on top of the left. As we inhale, taking the arms up and overhead and twisting towards the left hand side. Nice. I love that transition. Every class, try and throw it in there somewhere. Beautiful. Finding our way back to the standing split, but this time our right foot's on the floor and our left leg's lifted towards the sky. Nice. We'll come back through these series of external, internal rotation. So now we're stacking the left hip on top of the right as we exhale. And we're drawing this circle of the femur bone around in the pelvis, so we're kind of finding this full range of motion to tap the outside of our left calf. Sorry, right calf. Going with left and right's confused. As we inhale, opening, stacking. As we exhale, twisting, finding that internal rotation. Again, maybe if you played with taking the hands off the floor and finding prayer, doing so. On this leg, if your leg starts wobbling, that's your central nervous system finding out new ways of moving, so see it as a blessing to an extent. Nice. One more inhalation, stacking this left hip on top of the right, and then bringing our right hand down to the floor in front of the right foot. Opening up into our half moon. Nice. Feeling this strength in the glutes. And this space along the sideline of the body. I love this space. Coming back to a standing split. I know your leg might be on fire. We're nearly seated twist. So as we inhale, stacking this left hip on top of the right, then internally rotating and coming to sit down in this twist. But this time we're going to take this twist out into a shoelace. So coming to find some kind of neutrality with the pelvis. I'm going to stack this right hip on top of the left and try and kind of align the knees. Well, explore to try and find the area which gives you the most sensation along the sidelines of the legs. So for some of us, it might be more like this, for some of us it might be more like this. Be gentle with your knees and just find that nice stretch through the IT band, the sideline. And when you get there, just fold forwards. Re-find your breath within this movement, this dance-like flow. Either you do the super cool twist transition, or if you're with me and you want to play with going upside down, no pressure to do so. Maybe taking the transition through a headstand, so taking the hands down to the floor, placing the crown of the skull on the floor, coming up to our tiptoes, lifting, swapping our legs over. So this time our left's on top of our right, and then coming to sit back down, or just meeting me there if both those transitions were lost. So this time the left leg's over the right. And again, just fold forwards. We're activating this fire line. And the meridian system, the gallbladder meridian. This source of vital energy. here we're going to come into a crossed legs standing forward fold. So this really makes my legs shake. So the right leg's going to be the left leg's going to be in front of the right. And just folding forwards here. You should feel this again through the sidelines. And then swapping the legs over so we get it equally. So taking now the right leg in front of the left and folding forwards. Accessing this outside line of the leg. Coming back to a normal forward fold. As we inhale, halfway lift, gaze forwards. As we exhale, folding forwards, hands to the ground. Stepping, walking or jumping back through a vinyasa, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to an upward facing dog. Exhaling back to a downward facing dog. Taking our right leg up towards the sky. As we exhale, taking this right foot and placing it between both our hands. Nice. We're going to tiptoe this right foot so it's on the outside of both our hands. So in this lizard posture. And here we're just going to take some pulsations. So as we inhale, we're going to open through the heart, drop into the hips. Find juicy space. As we exhale, we're going to round and gaze towards the belly. Maybe straighten this front leg even. We inhale to open, find space. Exhale to round, gaze towards the belly. We inhale to open. Nice. Exhale to round. One last one, inhaling, opening, dropping into the hips. Finding space. Exhaling to round. From here, from this rounding position, we're going to turn our back foot out 90 degrees. And open our left arm up towards the sky, taking our right hand to anywhere along our leg that allows our hips to open to find a Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. It should be in one nice strong line, imagining if there's an energetic force field around you, it would make a perfect triangle, the opposing forces of this top hand, front foot, back foot. Nice. And then from here, bending into your front knee, making your way straight into a reverse warrior, so the right arm comes up and overhead, open through the side line. I keep going on about it, but it's so good. Nice. Inhale, coming to a warrior two. Nice and strong, feeling that strength. Get this openness, this flexibility of a warrior. Gaze towards the middle finger of the front hand. This strong drishti. Nice. Breathing here. Then as we inhale, taking both hands up towards the sky, turning both feet towards the side. As we exhale, coming down into a goddess pose, taking the arms out to a T. Kind of bending deeply into the hips. Maybe swaying from side to side, finding some kind of graceful, explorative movement here. Whatever feels good for you to take it. Maybe drawing circles with the arms. Maybe playing on the tiptoes. We want to test our balance. Nice. And then inhaling, straightening through both legs, taking our hands up and overhead in prayer. Turning the feet in slightly. As we exhale, forward fold. A nice wide-legged Prasarita A. Just dangling forwards. And you can stay here. If you want to play with coming upside down, or even having an attempt of coming close to upside down, more upside down as it is, but having a play with a tripod headstand. Taking the crown of your head towards the floor, really engaging and squeezing those forearms together. And then maybe coming onto your tiptoes. Maybe finding that flight. This exploring. We're going to be here for 5 breaths, having some safe playtime, flipping our perspective. Nice. Last breath. And slowly come down. Nice. We're going to walk our hands round to this front foot. Drop our back knee down on the floor. And inhale to lift. This low lunges Anjaneyasana. Nice. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. Circle arms down. Take them back up and gaze towards them. Coming into a back bendy aspect of this pose. Opening through the heart. Nice. Then we're going to inhale to straighten through this front leg. Kind of release from the hips slightly. And as we exhale, we're going to twist towards the right hand side. Maybe this right hand comes and finds the back leg. Inhaling to come back to centre. Exhaling to twist towards the opposite side. Nice. Inhaling to take both hands on the inside of this front right foot. Either stepping from here back to a plank pose, or taking it through a Kundalini, so shifting our weight forwards to this arm balance, finding our way back to a chaturanga. Inhaling to an upward facing dog. Exhaling, let's take a few breaths in a child's pose. If it feels like everything's moving still for you, maybe just taking some explorative sways through the hips in this child's pose. Or maybe coming into those waves we did right at the start of the practice. Or maybe stillness feels really nice after all that movement. Nice. Okay, let's come on to the second side and then cool it down. So finding our way back to a downward facing dog. Nice. As we inhale, taking this left leg up towards the sky. Guiding this left foot slowly with control to the outside of our left hand. Nice. Coming into these lizard pulsations. So as we inhale, we're opening through the chest. Nice. Opening the heart. As we exhale, we're rounding, almost straightening through this front leg. We inhale to open, create space. Get nice and juicy with this space. Exhaling to straighten through this front leg. We inhale to open. Exhale to round. Allow your movement with the breath to become your meditation, to embody your mantra of exploring, of playing. Feel liberated through this movement. Beautiful. Taking one last one. Nice. Straightening through this left leg, turning the back leg 90 degrees and opening up into our triangle pose. Right arm reaches towards the sky, if comfortable for the neck, and only if so, the gaze goes towards it. Breathing into where you feel the sensations of this pose. Don't feel confined and struck by the kind of like picture, like the yoga asana picture images of this triangle pose. Be explorative with the arms. We're targeting the sideline of the body, the stretch. Play with it, find it within your own body. We all have our own unique, beautiful vessel to play with. Inhaling to find our way straight into a reverse warrior, so bending through this front knee, opening through the chest. Nice. Breathing here.
Love this sensation of opening through the heart again. You don't have to be static within any pose. Every posture is an invitation for an expression of an opening in the area of the body. Inhale to find our way to that strong warrior two. Maybe today you want to feel that strong warrior. Or maybe you want to be a bit more of a floaty, wiggly warrior. Finding your own expression of this pose. Nice. Breathing into it, feeling the strength you have within your own body. As we inhale, turning both feet towards the side and taking your hands up and overhead in prayer. As we exhale, coming into another prasarita, this time either taking your hands to the floor or maybe coming into a prasarita C or D, I always forget which one, and holding onto your big toes. So 2 peace fingers coming around the big toes, the exhale just folding forwards. Maybe playing again with a headstand if that's where you're at, but no pressure. We're still kind of physically placing our heart above our head in this forward fold. We're still inverting. The headstand's only an opportunity to play or explore. It's no superior to a forward fold in any way. As we inhale, slowly lifting. As we exhale, we're going to come down into a skandasana towards our front leg. So then we're going to move like a ninja to our back leg. And then like a ninja to our front leg. And then like a ninja to our back leg. Then like a ninja again to our front leg, and this time taking our hands either side of this front foot, stepping back to a plank or coming through that kundinyasana, if you're playing with that in your practice, into a low plank. Inhaling to an upward facing dog, exhaling, taking it back to a child's pose. Okay, we've built some heat, we've stirred everything up. Let's slow everything down, let's settle the fire that's raging within us. We're going to come back to these movements we started with at the beginning. So as we inhale, coming onto all fours, rolling forwards, dropping our hips down towards the earth, opening in this seal. This time let's take it even slower. As we exhale, bringing the bum towards the heels, closing the child's pose, hands by the feet. As we inhale, the left hand comes by the left foot. We open into this kind of half camel shape, finding space along the right side of the body. As we exhale, swapping over, right hand comes behind by the right foot. We open through the left hand side. Exhaling back through centre, coming down into a closed knee child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And then from here, coming to lie on the belly. Hope you can see me in this camera. If not, I hope my cues are good enough for you to follow. So we're going to take our right arm and thread it behind our left. So both arms are kind of facing down. From here, we're going to roll over towards our right. Open our arms to a T and maybe come all the way over into a twist. Taking the right knee over the left leg. And then we're going to wind our way back. Crossing this left arm over our right. Rolling all the way over, coming to lie on our back on the opposite side. If you're not following me here, just watch for this one. And I promise it will make more sense than taking this left knee over the right into a twist. Rolling back through centre. Crossing this time the left arm underneath the right. Coming to lie on our back on the opposite side. And then taking this twist. Either staying with this kind of rolling twist, or if you're like, you know what, I don't get that, doesn't work for me, taking any twist that suits you. Even just lying on your back and swaying your knees from side to side. Okay, those rolling with me. Let's take one more last roll over towards the left. Left knee comes over right. Nice. And then find our way back to lying on our belly in the centre of our mat. Nice. Slowly making your way back into all fours through a nice closed knee child's pose. Okay, I'm going to end with one more inversion to kind of continue this play of tipping off perspective and finding some kind of joy in these quite stressful times. So either that inversion for you might be a headstand, if that's in your practice and you're comfortable with it and it's relaxing for you. If not, coming with me, and we're either going to take a halasana or just legs at the wall. So coming to lie on our back, and either we just find a wall and just rest our legs against it and just hang out there for a little bit, or if you're with me, coming to lie on your back, coming up into a shoulder stand, allowing your hand to support as high up the back as possible, and then taking a nice restorative snail or halasana, allowing the legs to come up and overhead, allow the feet to find the floor. If the feet find the floor, releasing the hands from the back, and just hanging out here in this full spinal massage for a little while. Allow everything to soften. I'm coming out the pose just so you can hear me, but everyone else stay within it. Allow everything we've stirred up to settle, to find some stillness. If you're in your headstand, slowly making your way down to a child's pose. If you're in halasana, slowly spinal rolling all the way down to lie on your back. Those of us in halasana, the spine might feel kind of tender. Just try and withhold from the tendency to hug in your knees and just place your feet flat on the floor in constructive rest. Maybe swaying the knees from side to side if that feels good. Beautiful. And then slowly in your own time, allow yourself to just find Shavasana, corpse pose. And allow the feet to fall out towards the sides. Allow the whole body to relax. Surrender into the floor. We've moved through the body physically. We've shifted things physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And the most important part of our practice is now to allow ourselves to absorb all we've moved, all we've shifted. So we can leave this yoga practice feeling balanced, restored, recharged. So allow yourself to surrender into the deep stillness of Shavasana.
Drawing your attention to the rising and the falling of your chest with each inhalation and exhalation. Noticing the expansion of your rib cage as you fill it with air, life force. And the hugging of your rib cage back towards protecting your heart in each exhalation. Feel the ground below you and the sky above you, and you sandwiched between the two. Slowly start to expand your awareness to become conscious of the space that you're in. What sounds can you hear? What can you smell, taste, touch? Maybe wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. As you inhale, taking a nice deep stretch, taking the arms up and overhead, making yourself long. And then hugging your knees in and rolling onto whichever side feels more comfortable for you. Finding your fetus pose. And making your way back to a cross-legged seated position at the top of our mat. Eyes are closed, hands in prayer, in the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Coming back to the intention of the practice, to explore, or maybe to be playful, or something along those lines. And maybe taking a moment to reflect, how can we find kind of a more light-hearted sense of play in our day-to-day life? What do we do that brings ourselves joy, happiness, freedom, exploration, movement? How can we take this light-hearted spirit of this practice into the rest of our day, our week, our month, the rest of these uncertain times? Allow yourself in this moment to just plant a little seed of intention, to find some more playtime, some more fun. Let's close this practice as we started with an Om. Inhaling to the space of the heart. Exhaling, letting it all out. Inhaling to Om on the exhalation. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Sending love directly from the center of my heart to the center of your heart, wherever you are right now. Thank you again for practicing with me today. I hope you found it fun. I hope you found it uplifting. And thank you if you donated. If you haven't, even £1 could help and make such a difference. I've set my goal at 500, so maybe ambitious, but I want to get there over these course of Sunday yoga sessions that I'm releasing. Thank you so much, and look forward to you practicing with me next Sunday. Have a lovely week.